Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So this is my fourth lecture on matrix spaces, and here I am going to discuss convergence of sequences in matrix spaces. So as I've already discussed what is matrix space and what are the examples based on that. So now I am going to discuss convergence in sequences. So first of all, what is sequence? Sequences in matrix spaces. So what is the term sequence? So in case of real numbers, normally the sequence is a function like f from set of natural numbers to set of real numbers. So this is called sequence in real numbers. I'm just going to give you the overview of what is sequence. Then I will proceed to matrix spaces. So this is a function from natural number to real numbers. That means if this is your n domain and this is your range and this is your function f, then if these are the numbers of n, these are the elements of n like 1 2 3 and so on, then we have to assign for each and every element of n there is a unique image in R. That means for each and every element, like for 1 we have to assign some x1, for 2 it is x2, for 3 it is x3, for 4 it is x4 and so on. So what we can write? We can write f of 1 as x1, f of 2 as x2 and f of 3 as x3 and so on. So these are the terms of sequences. If xn is your sequence, then the terms of this one are x1, x2, x3 and so on. These are the terms of sequence. This is the first term of sequence, this is second and this is third term and so on. So if this range is real numbers, that means sequences of real numbers. But in case of matrix spaces, this range should be a metric. That means some xd, matrix space with some metric d. So the range should be replaced by x in case of matrix spaces. So this type of function is called sequences in metric spaces. So now our images belongs to matrix space. So if we write f1 is equal to x1, that means your x1 belongs to x. And if we write f2, it means x2, that also belongs to x. That means these are the metric elements. So your matrix can be real number, your matrix can be matrix space like R2, and your matrix space can be like space of continuous functions over AB, or space of bounded functions over some interval, over some subset S. So it can be anything, or it can be a discrete metric. So now this is the sequence in matrix spaces. So now there is a term convergence in sequences. So how a sequence converge to a point, converge to a limit, or you can say that. So for this, what we have to take, uh, I'm going to discuss convergence in real numbers, convergence in like real sequences, or you can say that convergence in real sequences. Like if xn is your sequence in R, and if xn converges to x, this sequence converges to x. So x is the limit of sequence. So x is the limit or the converging point of sequence. So what does it mean? If this is your real line and these are the terms of sequences, xn, this is your xn and so on. So how we can say that it is convergent to x? It means if suppose this is your x, if we find some n naught here, or you can take here, it's your choice. If we find some n naught such that all the n greater than equal to n naught, all the n like xn, xn plus 1, xn plus 2, all the xn greater than equal to n naught, the d of xn comma x should be less than epsilon for every greater than equal to n naught. What does it mean? It means if this is your n naught and these are the terms, so these terms, the difference between the distance between x and these terms must be less than some small positive number, that is epsilon. Epsilon is greater than 0. So the distance between x and xn tends to 0 as n tends to infinity. और आप इसको ऐसे भी समझ सकते हो जैसे for example if this is your x and this is your n naught, then there are infinite number of terms in between these two, and if we can draw some neighborhood around x, and if there are infinite number of terms of sequences, if its neighborhood x का जो neighborhood है वो sequence की number of terms को contain करे, number of terms को like xn, xn plus 1, xn plus 2, that means contain करने का मतलब यहाँ पर है कि difference between xn और xn plus 1 ये क्या हो जाए, should be less than epsilon. This should be very small, like d of xn comma x should be less than epsilon. And if we find this n naught, this is positive integer, so we can write down n greater than equal to n naught. So if we find that n such that this condition hold, so we can say that xn converges to x, this sequence xn converges to x. And if we couldn't find n naught, so we can directly write down xn is a divergent sequence. Is it clear? So और इसको normally आप देख सकते हो like this. If we take limit n tends to infinity, like this one. So if we increases n in this way, then if we take n tends to infinity, तो ये आपका xn और x दोनों क्या होगा, xn कहाँ जा रहा है, जब n tends to infinity हो रहा है तो वो x के near about जा रहा है. So the distance between xn and x goes to 0 if n tends to infinity. That means xn converges to x, otherwise divergent. So now I am going to write down the definition of convergence. Like a sequence xn is converges to x if for every epsilon positive there exists a natural number n naught belongs to n such that the distance of this d of xn comma x should be less than epsilon for every n greater than equal to n naught. So this is your term, or in limit form you can write down limit n tends to infinity d of xn comma x, this is equal to 0. This is for real numbers, or you can say that complex numbers also. So now this sequence also belongs to matrix spaces, and this limit also belongs to matrix spaces. So this is the definition of convergence of sequences in matrix spaces. The only difference from real numbers is कि यहाँ पर जो आपकी रेंज होगी वो कहाँ होगी, x में, मैट्रिक्स स्पेस में, एंड लिमिट पॉइंट भी आपका मैट्रिक्स स्पेस के अंदर होगा. So this is the only difference. And in case of real numbers, what is the difference? What is the definition? In place of d, there you have this mod xn minus x less than epsilon n greater than equal to n naught. So in place of mod, in case of matrix space, what we have to take? We have to take this tens function d, and it is different for different matrices, matrix spaces. Like if you have R, x is your R, then this d is what? then this D is usual metric, and if it is R2, then this is D2 metric space, standard one. By default we can take D2, and if it is like Rn, you can take D infinity metric, or in case of discrete metric, this dxy is changed like 0 and 1, and if this your space of continuous functions like C of AB, space of all continuous functions, then this D of Fg is like A to B, you can say that, and this is Fx minus Gx mod dx, or you can say like supremum of Fx minus Gx. So there are different metric defined like supremum of Fx minus Gx, and this x belongs to closed interval AB. So if we have to discuss convergence in this metric or here or here or here, so we have to use the definition of this D2 or D infinity. But in case of usual metric, it is same as in case of real numbers because it is x is r. तो हर एक क्वेश्चन में हमें क्या करना है, कन्वर्जेंस की जब भी हम बात करेंगे, सो दिस इज द डेफिनेशन फॉर डिफरेंट मैट्रिसेस वी हैव टू चेंज दिस d. अगर क्वेश्चन में रियल नंबर की बात हो रही है सो हमें dxy ये लेना है, अगर d2 की बात हो रही है तो हमें d2xy ये वाला लेना है, d2xy, एंड इफ d इंफिनिटी की बात हो रही है तो आपको d इंफिनिटी मैक्सिमम ऑफ मॉड xi minus yi, or d2 is normally that is I from 1 to 2, and this is xi minus yi square, and this is 1 by 2. So there are number of matrices defined. तो जो भी क्वेश्चन में आपके पास होगा लाइक रियल नंबर है तो आपका d चेंज हो जाएगा, R2 है तो आपका d ये वाला चेंज हो जाएगा, उसके अकॉर्डिंगली हमें क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना है. सो क्वेश्चंस करने से पहले देयर इज अ थ्योरम based on convergence in sequences. So let's start with that. Just write down what is the statement for convergence in sequences. So the result is, if a sequence converges to a limit, then it is unique. This is your remark, or you can say that some result. So we have to prove this. तो अगर आपका कोई सीक्वेंस है गिवन एंड वो कन्वर्ज कर रहा है सम लिमिट को, देन इट शुड बी यूनिक. ये आपको नॉर्मली पता होता है, बट यहाँ पर हम क्या करेंगे, प्रूफ करेंगे. तो लेट्स वी अज्यूम, इस टाइप के प्रूफ के लिए बच्चे नॉर्मली हम क्या कर रहे होते हैं, वी आर टेकन सम टू लिमिट्स, सीक्वेंस कन्वर्जेस टू टू लिमिट्स. लाइक if this is your sequence, suppose it converges to x and it also converges to some y, you can take some y. So now ultimately what we have to show, we have to show that x is equal to y. This is to prove x is same as y. So we take xn converges to x and xn converges to y. Now we can apply definition. If xn converges to x and x belongs to capital X, and this sequence also belongs to x, where xd is a metric. If xn sequence converges to x, that means for every epsilon positive there exists n naught such that d of xn comma x less than some epsilon 1, here n greater than or equal to n naught. And if xn sequence converges to y, what does it mean? That means for every, you can take here epsilon 1, for every epsilon 2 positive there exists some m naught belongs to n such that d of xn this is epsilon 2, xn comma x less than epsilon 2, and here n greater than equal to m naught. Now what we have to show, क्या शो करना है आपको, x is equal to y. As you know that the properties of matrix spaces, there is a second property, that is dxy is 0 if and only if x is equal to y. So हमें x is equal to y शो करना है, तो अगर हम शो कर देते हैं dxy is 0, तो we are done. So we can take this one, so d of xy. Now we can apply triangle inequality. We can take some xn in between x and y. So this is x comma xn and d of xn comma y. As you know that d of x comma xn, we can name these two equations, like this is your equation 1 and this is your equation 2. Now from equation 1, d of xn comma x, this is less than epsilon 1 and this thing is less than epsilon 2. So we can write some new constant, that is epsilon 3. This is also very small quantity. So we have n greater than equal to n naught here and n greater than equal to m naught. So we can take n is greater than equal to maximum of these two. जो भी इसमें से maximum होगा वो हम pick कर लेंगे. Like if this is your n naught and this is your m naught, so इसमें से जो भी maximum होगा उसमें से हम एक को pick करके हम उससे बोल सकते हैं कि n is greater than equal to that thing. So what we get, dxy is less than epsilon 3 and n greater than equal to this maximum of this one. So we can write this thing as like n1. So this is our main result. dxy is less than epsilon 3. What does it mean? This is very small, so we can write down this as 0, and if it is 0 then x is y. So just write down this thing, or you can see from here, like if this is your x, ये 0 कैसे आया ये चीज आप एक बार देखो. If this is your x and suppose this is your y and these are the terms of sequences. If xn converges to x, that means there are number of terms in the neighborhood of x and there are number of terms in the neighborhood of y, as xn converges to this and xn converges to that. So xn x को भी converge कर रहा है तो यहाँ पर number of terms होंगी xn की, and y को भी converge कर रहा है तो number of terms xn की y के neighborhood में भी होगी. and हमने क्या proof कर दिया कि dxy is less than epsilon 3, मतलब dxy के बीच में जो gap है that is very small. तो हम इसको किस तरह से दिखा सकते हैं, if this is your x and this is your y, तो जो पॉइंट्स इसके नेबरहुड में होंगे वो सेम पॉइंट्स कुछ पॉइंट्स y के नेबरहुड में भी होंगे. एंड एक और चीज आप देख सकते हो, यहाँ से दोनों में कॉमन पॉइंट्स आ गए. एंड इफ xn कन्वर्जेस टू x, तो क्या होता है हमारे पास, लिमिट n टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी dxnx दैट इज इक्वल टू 0. जैसे हम n को इंक्रीज करते जाएंगे, इंफिनिटी को अप्रोच कराएंगे, तो xn और x का जो डिस्टेंस होता है दैट गोज टू 0. सिमिलरली इफ xn अप्रोचेस टू y, कन्वर्जेस टू y एंड n टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी, तो जो इनका गैप होगा वो क्या होगा, दोनों का गैप 0 को टेंड करेगा व्हेन एवर n टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी. तो अगर ये n टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी कर रहे हैं तो ये x और y जो होंगे दैट आल्सो अप्रोचेस टू सेम, तो x भी y को अप्रोच करेगा, जैसे इनका डिस्टेंस 0 हो जाएगा व्हेन एवर n टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी, इनका डिस्टेंस 0 होगा, तो x और y भी एक दूसरे को अप्रोच करेगा व्हेन एवर n टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी. तो सर्टेन लिमिट के बाद आपके पास क्या हो जाएगा, व्हेन एवर n टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी दिस डिस्टेंस इज इक्वल टू 0. और by the second property of matrix space we can say that x is equal to y, that means these two limits are same. तो अगर कोई भी सीक्वेंस है कन्वर्ज करेगा तो उसकी लिमिट हमेशा यूनिक होगी. सो यू कैन सी फ्रॉम हेयर ओनली कि दोनों के नेबरहुड में कॉमन पॉइंट्स आएंगे और व्हेन एवर n गोज टू इंफिनिटी तो दोनों की लिमिट्स आपकी क्या हो जाएगी, सेम हो जाएगी. सो थैंक यू गाइज.